My name is Julie. I'm a novice on the women's crew team here at SPU.
Julie, last time out, your crew was down in San Diego. Yeah. Really good result. You made the final. Only Division II team in that group of Division I schools, and rode to a 5th place finish. What do you feel about the performance down there?
Really good. From the second we got on the water, stuff was really clean, and we've been focusing a lot on technique lately rather than kind of muscling it. And it worked out really well because in San Diego our technique came through, and that showed in the splits, which was really awesome. Showed in our timing, and we pulled out really well. After the race ended, we all just turned around to each other and we're like, wow, that felt good, you know?
Good. San Diego Crew Classic, it's a big event. Your first time there, how was the experience? Were you overwhelmed at all, or how did you settle in on it?
I would say more excited than I was overwhelmed. It was my first time traveling with the team to a far distance, so it was really exciting. It was a nice introduction too, because it was just our varsity 8 boat that went, so it was just me and 7 other girls, you know, not this giant group, so it was a little bit easier to ease into it, but it was very exciting.
San Diego ended. You have 2 weeks of training, yeah. And then you have essentially the West Coast Championships coming up with WIRA. First off, how is this time going? What have been using your time to get faster here?
Yeah, definitely. So just getting in any fitness where we can in this 2 weeks, and just keeping our heads in the game, keeping things focused. It's definitely difficult when, you know, we're all student athletes and we definitely have other things going on. But just keeping our heads in the boat the second we get in, and tie our feet in, and just keeping it focused. WIRA
Championships down at Gold River, California. Big event. It'll play a big part in selection for the NCAAs because you're rowing against the main competitors there. What are your thoughts on that and your goals for that competition?
Yeah, well, it's going to be really exciting because this is the first time we're going head-to-head with a lot of our competitors. So definitely nerves are going to be a little bit high, but it's, again, just pulling through the focus that we've been working on these past 2 weeks, keeping our heads in the boat, not worrying about other people, and just knowing it's our own race.
You're one of just a few novices in the varsity 8 boat, a lot of veterans in that boat. How has that process been? How have you integrated into that group?
I'm not going to lie, it's definitely been a little bit difficult. There's a lot of things that people just automatically know that you're kind of like, wait, what's going on here, what's happening? But luckily I've had a really great team alongside me, and they've been really patient with all of us, and just filling us in what we need to know and sticking with us.
Tell us a little bit about your rowing experience. Had you had any prior to coming to Seattle Pacific?
I actually had no rowing experience prior to this. I was a tennis player before this, and upon transferring to SPU I found out that there was no tennis team. And I really like to stay fit, and I was an athletic person, so rowing was the next best option, and it turned out to be even better.
That's very common. A lot of rowers learn to row when they get to college and turn out very good. Tennis is not as common a sport. We had a lot of track people, maybe some basketball, other sports. Is there anything in tennis that's transferred over to help you in rowing?
I would say just, again, the fitness, and with tennis, it's such a mental game at the same time. You know, you see it often in the pro tennis players. They're really just, sometimes they lose their mentality, and it's a lot of emotions. So it's kind of the same thing with rowing, where you really just have to keep your mentality going through that entire 2,000 meters.
And I'm guessing your arms are a little bit tired after a 2,000-meter race than after a tennis match?
Actually, in rowing, it's all legs, believe it or not. So my arms are not as tired, thankfully. But with tennis, it's kind of the same thing, where you're just always moving and your feet are always going. You're never standing stationary. So.
How has that process of learning to row gone? What was the most difficult part of that?
Yeah, it's definitely been the technique is the most hard bit. Luckily, I came in with a little bit of fitness, but just learning how to move the oar correctly, how to keep your body composed, how to keep everything, you know, not rushing, and just keeping it steady.
Tell us about yourself. Where are you from?
I am actually from Woodinville. I went to Woodinville High School.
And for those people not as familiar with the Northwest here, if you were to hop in your car at home, drive to the SPU campus, how long would that take you without traffic?
I would say it was about 45 minutes. So, and I actually transferred here to SPU from a school in Toronto. So I did some traveling before then.
Great.
Came back home.
Terrific. Well, Julie, thank you so much for your time, and good luck at WIRA Championships.
Thanks so much.